Where you gonna be when the beat drops? Hello, how are we? Let me get the stream share. Let's get everyone in. Hopefully it's working okay. Let's get it shared. Um, A Red Dragon launch at burp. RedDragon. I believe that's the right link. Whew. How are we doing, guys? How are we? Getting ready for the launch. I'm going to do it a little differently today because... Hello, Matador. Do it a little differently today because when I watch the live streams, the stream gets taken down. And I actually spoke to Winmore about it, and they were like, it's a YouTube thing. We watch your thingy as well, so we're not sure what happened. But yeah. Hello, Chris. How you doing, mate? Hello there, Pear. How are you? Hello, Scottish lad. How are we doing? I think I've got to slightly widen my thingy there. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the video, and then any bits I see in the video, I'm going to clip and put on the right hand side so people can see it, and then I'm not directly looking at the video, if that makes sense. Hello, Roderick. How are you? I can't not think of Roderick and think of Monty Python, Wodwick. Apologies, but didn't know this was on today. Do you know what? I didn't until yesterday when someone tweeted me to say, "Are you going live for the RedDragon launch?" And I was like, "RedDragon launch?" So yeah, um, looking forward to it. RedDragon Winmore one's usually pretty good. Only thing I will say is I quite enjoyed the Winmore launch, but I felt like it was quite player SE heavy. I think I'm set on what I want for a second custom darts, Mr. I'll message you in the new year when I get paid. Sounds good. Look forward to it, Matador. Charlie Gray. Hello, Zach. Hello, Charlie. How are you? Hello. But yeah, I think RedDragon Winmore, it'd be good for them to do some more non-player stuff. I think it's fine in small amounts, but I felt like the Winmore launch was great, but people were like, well, why are we seeing more darts that people aren't going to use? I think some people get funny when there's players' darts out that aren't used by the player, but also I personally don't mind, but I know some people get it under there. But yeah, Johnny Clayton with Element Grip, you heard it here first. Yeah, I actually saw someone tweet about that. Maybe it was you, Kieran, but someone screenshotted it on Twitter. So I'm hoping there's a couple more like just good ideas darts, not here's a Johnny Clayton dart with more stuff, if that makes sense. I want to see more creativity. Don't just use the old players' darts. Give me something new, something random. Even if it doesn't always have to be too fancy. Just give us something cool. What is cool? Who knows? Oh, Isaac, look a bit chilly, boss, mate. I'm freezing. I usually work downstairs in my like little office room. Mate, it's so cold. It's so cold. So I'm wrapped up. I've got like a hoodie blanket on. Um, I've got two duvets, mate. I'm here. It's cold. We want something new and different. Yeah. I don't even think you have to go too far outside the box. I just think you need to put a bit of thought into it. For me, the the best darts are just random. That sounds awful. Or with a theme. Like I quite enjoy. For example, one of my favourite darts I've done is the Robin dart because it had a clear theme to it. Robin Hood. It was shaped like an arrow. People could see the connection. What a cool idea. Um, yeah. Hopefully there's a girl having Exerciser 2.0 that actually puts points on my average. Yeah. Um, I wonder. It'd be funny if there's like a foot exerciser for a sport that we don't really use our feet in. That would just make my day. But yeah, I haven't really had a sniff about what could be coming out. As you say, Kieran, I've seen the what are my cats doing? I've seen the thing, that tweet that was posted about the RedDragon element image, but that could just be what thing he's been working on. So didn't get anything from RedDragon. Well, not yet. Anyway, would like some actual Luke Humphreys darts, not the ones he doesn't use. Even if they're lunar ones when they're just same coated. Yeah, it's a tricky one really with stuff like that because you don't always want to just release a dart that's already out there. I mean, if I I don't know whether Luke's using newer darts or not. I think he is. I don't think he's using the original Whitlocks anymore. Could be wrong. I think he's gone into a newer set, but it is very, very based on that original Whitlock dart. Blob, what are you doing? She's playing with a pen. I can hear her. RedDragon tightrope for ultimate balance on the oki. Maybe there's going to be like a rugby training pack, so we could be good rugby players that then transition into dart players like Goen Price. Tackle pads. Yeah. What else are we? What else are we thinking? Again, I have no idea. I'm trying to think of the RedDragon players off the top of my head, but you got Goen Price, obviously Peter Wright. There's going to be new Peter Wright stuff. It won't surprise me if they release a Peter Wright dart just before the Worlds that he's about to use. Uh, so that could be interesting. Goen Price. I can't see him doing much else with Goen Price's darts. I think they've kind of done the same thing. Obviously, they had the RedDragon Goen Price originals. Then they had the Challengers. Then they had the Thunderbolt, which it was the same dart almost, but with gold in there. Then they had the black version. Then they had Lunar, and then they had, what else am I missing? Elements. I don't know. I think if they do an SE of a Goen Price dart, it's got to be something different. I know you want to stick by the original dart, but the last one of the other ones they did, I think it was the one that just had ring grip at the front, and then the cuts at the back. So yeah, it'd be good to just see something a little different. I guess some people see the SEs as lazy because you're essentially just using the same dart and adding some bits to it, but depends on the dart really. I think Merv King was a good example of a good SE dart because he didn't have a new dart out for a long time, and then when the SE version comes along, you're like, oh, cool, something new we're going with Merv. Whereas Joe Cullen obviously had his darts, then he had special edition, and then he had another special edition. It was like, which one's more special? There's two now. Um, they could do any dart for price, just put the chevrons on and release it as a new dart. Yeah, but we'll see. I really like RedDragon. I think they're one of the brands that have a real good depth of stuff. I know we moan about prices and we say what are darts doing at 90 quid, but I think RedDragon is a brand that have a lot of stuff that's not 90 quid, down the 15, 20, 25 mark. Maybe not 15 as much anymore, but that you can't really complain too much because they cover most bases. They've got a price range, a dart in every price range. Same with sort of Winmore. There's a dart along every bit of the price, I think. Whereas not all brands do that. A lot of brands tend to be very similarly priced across the whole range. But yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. God, it's cold. Yeah. What else have we got? What are we thinking? Maybe that I don't know if anyone's seen any leaks or anything. I haven't. Sometimes there's leaks, but trying to think who else have they got. I know they've recently signed Rob Owen. Maybe we'll see some Rob Owen darts. RedDragon. Who else have they got recently? Um, I don't know, it's a tricky one. We'll find out. Really don't want to buy a set of darts today, but we will see. Because he branded hand warmers. Yeah. Do you know what? Hand warmers are decent. I feel like I need them sometimes, but there's some out there already. Mission did a good job with those, I think. What else have we got? What else can I see coming along? Hmm. I don't know. Probably things. Stephen Passmore, I'm good, mate. How are you? Just I'm alright. I'm a bit cold. Lee Huxtable Gen 1. I love Lee. I think he's a ledge. I met with Simon. Well, I say met with. We were in the same area, and I went and had a chat with them. Um, with a few of the guys that went more. Lee was there. Simon was there. Um, and it was just fun. I was chatting to Lee about darts for a bit. Um, it was a good laugh. He's a ledge. I'd love to. I'd love to sit down with Lee and learn what he does. I'd love to be like Lee's apprentice almost, and just learn a bit more about it. I feel pretty good about the design side, but I'd love to get a bit more behind the manufacturing, which is what I'm trying to do. Trying to get more involved. Nice to meet you at Magna. Yeah, it was quality night. That it was good fun. I wish I'd have come out a bit more and spent more time in the crowd, but when you've got Gary Anderson in the back with you, I just didn't want to leave. I was just chilling, watching him throw, watching Gerwin throw, Aspinall. I love that night. It was banging. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see what we get. What else can we think? Obviously, you got a Luke Humphreys in there, as you say. Maybe that's a hint towards what we're going to see. Gerwin Price. I don't know. I hope we don't see another Gerwin Price start, to be honest, but I wouldn't moan too much if we did either. But I just think it's kind of overused now. At least with Peters, everything's kind of different. I think with the Gerwin Price, we're seeing the same thing over and over in a different colour, and I think that's fine for a couple. But yeah, let's see what. Maybe they'll surprise me. So what I'll do, guys, is I'll watch the video in the background. Obviously, because I can't stream it, I don't want to get shut down. Who do you fancy to lift the world's Van Gerwen? Let's see, longer version of their Raptor points. Do you know what? That's a point I've never tried, but has always looked really cool to me. I can't remember who I saw use them, but yeah, they look cool. Any news on the Customs Act? I'm waiting for them to be shipped at the moment, mate. I've literally got one dart in the shipment, waiting to have their logo finished, which, funnily enough, is a hamster. And then they're all going to be shipped over. So I'm hoping we're going to get them before Christmas. I'll let you know as soon as I know more, mate. I think I've seen every dart in the order now, so I'm just waiting on everything now. Waiting on the logo. I think now accessories excite me more than darts. Yeah, it's tricky really because I think darts is a very competitive market at the moment, and everyone's trying to be different. And I think it's hard to just keep thinking of new ideas all the time. And yeah, I think now more than ever, there's so many brands around. And as I say, if you look back in the day, I say back in the day, for me, I only ever remember Unicorn, RedDragon, Node or Winmore really. I don't really remember Target. I know Target were about, but for me they weren't a brand that I knew. Con was only four. Now you think of it, you got Loxley, you got people like Super Darts, you got trying to think who else is coming along. Vox. Um, oh, I mean myself involved with custom darts as well. There's a lot more options out there now. So as you say, Target now more prominent. Shot, Cosmo. There's loads. Yeah, it's then deciding what goes best with them. Yeah, so I've got a video recorded. I'm doing a video on the RedDragon Nitro Tech versus the Mission Saber versus the Harrow's 360 Carbon. So yeah, I've started recording it, but it's a tricky one. I can't quite place them yet. So I really enjoyed them all, and they don't feel too dissimilar. But there's features of each that kind of make them good. But it was just because they all released a hybrid, like a half plastic, half different material. And for me, RedDragon Nitrotech was always the only one. There probably is others. I think Unicorn had one, but yeah. How are the 360 carbon ones? For me, I think they're the best looking. I love the colours of the Harrows products. Like the Harrows, I can't remember what they're called. The one they did before with the little gemstones in almost. They're really nicely designed. The issue I had with the 360 carbon was the 360 part was so stiff. Um, I felt like I need to probably try them a bit more. Even when I was throwing at them, they weren't spinning. I know we don't with Cosmo and stuff. You can blow them and they spin. Some people find that annoying, but I found the 360 ones were so stiff that they weren't really moving for anything. So I didn't really feel like it added much to it. But yeah, be a good vid that I reckon the clear and blue mission saber sensors will look good on the customs. Yeah, I agree. I think the blue color on the sabers is really nice. Because Matt got sent some of the mission stuff and he had some of the saber points in, and the colors on them are really nice. Same with the RedDragon Nitro Tech. But yeah, 360 carbon are gorgeous. It's just you kind of, in my opinion, you have to use them with a flight punch because I don't know, the carbon bit didn't feel as tight on the stem for me, so you have to flight punch them to stop them popping off really. So I hate spinners that rattle. Yeah, personally, I think it's a good idea, but I don't know too many people that have an issue of grouping that well. So, and I think you have to have your darts sit a certain way for them to be useful. If your darts sit flat, I think they're kind of not that helpful. If they sit up a bit more, maybe it's there. Especially maybe if you tops can be a blocker. If your dart sits up, if it spins, maybe you can go through it almost. So yeah, about 5 minutes to go now. So we'll see what goes on. I think we'll see Chris Murphy again. I know he's like the official presenter of like Win More stuff now. So great to see him doing more stuff. I think him and Dan Dawson are great. Hopefully they'll get a bit more coming with them. So. But yeah, I've been a busy boy. I'm gonna be doing another video on the darts hybrid. I'm gonna be doing a Barney and a Lisa Ashton hybrid. Um, see how that goes. I think Lisa plays Meikle, and Meikle pretty much uses a Bristow Red Ring dart, so we'll see how we go on that. That'll be my next one. I'll be recording that probably after I do the live. Release that today. I'm gonna try and do a hybrid design of every first slash second round game. So yeah, I really want to get the content out because I know YouTube's big over Christmas, and in all honesty, I'd love to get my channel monetized. Get a little bit of income coming through YouTube. That could be cool because I think I've got a good. I don't mean to sound big-headed, but I think I've got a good channel that no one's doing. And I'd love to get more content doing it. I'm pretty busy with customs at the minute, but I want to get the YouTube properly rolling out. So, Mikkel uses amberjacks, does he? I know before. Well, his darts on RedDragon, I believe, are like a red ring style dart. If they're on there anymore, can't remember. But yeah, that last RedDragon launch was probably the best vid release that was in the last cycle. Look, the sit down chat, and then yeah, I agree, Rob. I actually love that. I prefer the more casual style. I don't mind like a Twitter launch where pictures come out, but it's good to feel more involved, and also just seeing like Johnny and Gerwin throw normal darts, I think was a nice touch. I know Winmore do it with Nicholson, but without being rude to Nicholson, he's not really a player anymore, so it doesn't feel as good. He's still very good, don't get me wrong, but when you see the pros that are still currently actively playing, I think you kind of trust their opinion more because they're they're still throwing a lot. And I think if a dart was that bad, you'd probably see it. I don't know. But yeah, hello, Stephen. How are you, buddy? I'm all good, just a bit chilly. Yeah. Oh, cheers, Matador. Yeah, I know obviously there's a lot of reviewers in here. I think the tricky part with reviews is that there's a lot of people out there, and if you want to watch a dart, I think it's good to sometimes watch people's reviews for different opinions, but I think it's reviewers is the first place that people go for YouTube content. I think again, Matt's a very good example, and Jack for different content on YouTube in regards to darts. I think they do very well at that. It's something different. Matt was obviously a good insight into the tour. Jack's kind of a mainstream YouTuber that does darts stuff. Um, and as I say, there's a lot of good reviews out there that you do watch, but I think because there's so many of them, it's hard for people to grow as big. So yeah, I'd like to think my channel offers something different. I've just got to upload more, so um, hopefully get people into it more. So we'll see. I just think my channel's not something that's really been done yet, so hopefully I can make something of it. Oh, ah! Okay, well that's starting. Um, I don't know if I'm going to be copyrighted if I have it in the Twitter window. Maybe that's the way around it. But we're starting now, guys. So I'm going to mute that. Oh, how do I watch it? Oh, I'm going to have to bring out a separate window, aren't I? Right. Let's get the live stream thingy back up. I love how they go live at 12 and then do a 2-minute countdown. I always like reading the comments on the live streams because some people say some cool stuff. Oh, Gene Van Veen is at RedDragon now, isn't he? So, I'm wondering if anything comes of that. Hmm. What else have we got? I'm trying to think who else RedDragon have got. I know they had Wesley Arms, but he kind of disappeared. But hello, Arkansas Darts. How are you? Thanks for reminding me of the launch. I had no idea it was going on until you tweeted me. So many thanks. If I put the sound up a little bit, can it be heard in the stream? I don't think so. Good. If you can hear it, tell me because I don't want it to be heard. Because my video gets taken down again. Got so many tabs open. There we are. Natalie Goodwin is RedDragon, I believe. Oh, is she now? I know she was with Super Darts for a while, so I didn't know she'd moved. Peter Wright's Spirit, they called. That's what someone put in the chat. Someone put, got to go out at 12:34. Can we wrap it up? Right, here we go. The video's starting. Right, so they've got Gezi and Johnny again, which is good. Okay, so we've got some gold Gezi darts, but they seem to be smooth. I've just seen someone in the background that looks awesome. Okay. So they've got avalanche darts, they're called. Oh, okay. I quite like the rainbow. Interesting. Yeah, sorry, Anton. It's because if I stream the stream, last time I did it, it kept cutting me off, like it kept removing my video. So I haven't got it up, but we'll talk about it as I go along. So essentially, they've got a going price start with the chevrons only, and then the rest is smooth. They've got it in gold, rainbow, and then like normal colours. Can we see Gezi using the smooth dart at the Worlds? Hmm. So Gezi's talking about him throwing the darts now. Yeah, they've got a rainbow version with some really cool looking rainbow flights as well. I find it interesting when they get players to talk about the darts. So yeah, they've got a rainbow normal dart. Yeah, they are similar. So yeah, they've just got a normal dart of Gezi's in rainbow, and then they've got the gold version, but it's completely smooth at the front. The only thing sometimes I find when they get the players throwing them is sometimes they don't seem like they kind of promote it as in like, oh, the players are throwing them, we designed them with him, and then he's like, oh, is this a different coating on there? And you're like, clearly you've just done it and gone, hey, here's a new dart, but maybe I'm wrong, but um, sometimes the players say stuff and you kind of think like, oh, is this really for you or is it just to sell? If you know what I mean. The thing is with the Gezi dart, I know I said before like it's tricky. Those flights are gorgeous. What I'll do, guys, is I'll pause. I'll get the video up and I'll pause the certain bits afterwards, and we'll go through and talk about it. I'll put the link in the chat to the actual video, and then you can watch it along with me. But yeah, they're really nice. Oh, I can see some really cool darts behind. I want to see them. A lot of people talking about points in the chat. For me, if you're a darts manufacturer, do not put silver points in because they're so slippy. Especially in a slightly used board, they fall out the board. Just put black standard points in everything. I hate having to sandpaper stems to get them to work. Yeah, they were cool. I could see a Luke Humphreys dart in the background. I think for a player's dart to sell well, they've got to be using them. Because what happens is someone will win something. They go, "Oh, I need those darts," which is fine. Most people know it's not going to make them any better, but if a player's playing well, you want their darts. You just do. They've got Johnny throwing Gezzy's darts now, which is quite interesting. It's interesting with the smooth. I just think I don't like. I'll be honest. I don't like the golden and the blue. I'd rather it be gold or blue. That's my personal preference, though. I would rather them have like a gold barrel and then the cuts be silver. I think that'd be cool. They go on to Johnny's now. So the first one is a Johnny Clayton Sandblast dart. So it's basically it'll make it feel old. So it'll kind of be like the MVG exact sort of feel, like the Wayne Warrens. Gezzy's proper like spaced out there. Yeah, I do like the idea behind Sandblast, especially if it's aggressive enough. Yeah, I found this recently. I've been working on something with sandblasting, and you kind of when they sandblast it, they take the corners off the grip ever so slightly, so you lose the sharpness, and then the sandblasting just again makes it feel old. Some players will give out darts to other players, and then what they'll do is take them back. So your mates will use them, wear them down, and then they'll take them back. They'll then get another fresh set to use, and they'll get them back, and it's interesting. Yeah. So when I met Lee, he actually was telling me about two things. One, the like the Stratos, the half 95, half 85% tungsten, and then the element coating. He was saying that they were the hardest things to try and get right because it took a lot of research and yeah. I like that they talk. I like Lee's just talking about how with the element coating, it's probably a bit sharp, a bit weird when you first get it out, and then you wear it in a bit. I think that's good that a brand's saying that because they could just say, "Oh, out the box, they're amazing." I've just seen the Peter Wright darts in the background. So these are Peter's. Oh, Gezzy's got a shirt on now. So this is that. Oh, they are really nice, aren't they? I don't know, Rob. I've never used them personally. So the Peter Wright darts are those rainbowy ones that we saw. I really like the look of them. I'm not gonna lie, and they're called Spirit. Oh, they're asking Johnny and Gezzy about why they think Peter switches. That's cool. Yeah, Gezzy and Clayton are basically saying it's clever with Peter Wright, and it is. It's not clever. I don't. I think it's annoying because I would. I'd be rubbish. I'm rubbish with the set of darts I like, let alone um, a random set. Yeah. So it's probably a boring stream because I'm literally just watching a video. But I'd love to show you guys, but I don't want to get the video taken down again. But yeah, so the new Peter darts look really smart. The Euro Element darts for me are the Peter Wright darts. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in the same boat, Josh. Hey Tony, I'm freezing, mate. Um, I'm sure you're even colder in the workshop, mate. You're machining in a woolly hat. Yeah, these are really nice. I just had an interesting thought actually. When RedDragon released a Peter Wright Whitlock dart, is that then not a clash of royalties or commission? I don't know what deals everyone are on, but basically, when a player sometimes signs with a brand, if they let's say maybe they're on like I don't know a percentage like 5% or like a pound a set or something like that of how many darts sell, then they will get some of that back. Like they'll get some money. So if they sell loads of darts, then they'll get some money because obviously they're a big reason why the darts sell. So if RedDragon release a Peter Wright dart that's basically a Whitlock dart, does that not take away from Simon Whitlock's royalties on his darts? Because it kind of takes away from the sale, but your double figures currently a crazy 7.8. I reckon my office downstairs is that cold because it's like an add-on to the house. Like it's not a proper room. It's freezing down there. But upstairs it's probably like 10. I'm all wrapped up. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Josh. Leaving it this late could be a little bit tricky, but it's good to see that a brand joke about one of their players like keep switching his darts. They're like, "Oh, we don't know if we'll use him at the Worlds or not." It looks quite a grippy dart. I like the colours on it. It's almost like a. It doesn't look quite like a rainbow. It's very weird. Yeah. Yeah, I like these Peter darts. Yeah, I thought that was strange. Um, and as I say, I wonder if it affected Whitlock's sales of darts. I know they released one of his not too far before, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Yeah. So it's like a milled cut grip, which can be quite. Scottish lad, if he's still in here, his darts were very grippy. Uh, they were what I would call. So, for example, razor grip is a very sharp grip. I find that sticky, but Scottish lads' darts, they were sticky grippy. They were nice if you like that sort of grip. But for me, it was like so sticky to my fingers. If you work like in the trade, like carpenter, brickworker, they'd be great for you. But for me, I've got soft hands because I've always worked at a computer. But yeah, uh, I imagine they'll be grippy. Okay, right. So RedDragon are releasing the Amberjacks again. It looks like they're similar shapes, but they've revamped it. Black coating, orange. So they're calling it the Amberjack Pros. Yeah. Hmm. Maybe just wear a load of Whitlocks that aren't selling. And Peter did actually throw him for a while, but maybe Peter was like, "Yeah, I'll throw him for ages, guys. Release a dart for me. I'll throw him for ages," and then use them twice, and then put them back away. So they've got a razor edge dart as well. So they've done the RedDragon javelin again as well. 54.6, I think, is around a billet size, so not too much machining in the length. So Gezi's now throwing the javelins. It looks like they've done the javelin in a rainbow coating. Nothing too new as such, but they've obviously taken the darts that are selling well and just vamping them up a little bit. I think that's good when you get players that have picked those up and then gone, oh, I'm going to use these forever now. And then they want a bit of a fancier version. They're the sort of people I think they're aimed at. Someone's put in the chat, and I kind of agree with it. If you're watching the video, I feel like this launch year is a bit long. I feel like when they first did it, it was a little bit shorter, a little bit more quick. But Yeah, I kind of want to be like dart chat, dart chat, dart chat. Okay, so they've got a dart here with. I can't see any close-ups. Hello, Bigfoot. How you doing, mate? So it looks like they've got a dart, like an Andy Hamilton shape, with some milled cuts at the back. Yeah, kind of, Josh. I mean, as long as they don't take the existing darts away, I think it's okay. I think you can kind of be like, all right, I've still got the option to buy the cheaper ones. I think when you do a full-on switch and just go right, here's that dart that you loved, but more expensive with a coating for no reason. That's kind of when it's like, ugh. But yeah, as I said before, I like to see new things, but you know, oh, oh. So Slipstream, it looks a bit like the Aurora for darts, but with a little bit more hexagonal cuts. That's a very nice dart. Um, so here's the other one. It's kind of like a bomber style dart with a rear scallop. Um, Almost like a Mission Nightfall shape. Yeah, I like them chatting about it. I just think it's a bit long. Yeah, sorry, Bigfoot. Basically, what it is when I show the live stream, YouTube thinks I'm trying to rip off their video and takes my video down. So what I'll do is afterwards, I'll get some of the darts up. We'll have a look at some pictures and then we'll go through. Yeah, darts brands, stop using silver points. Just don't put them in. They're horrible. Oh wow. Okay. I, I like it. In my personal opinion, I think it looks a bit random. I think I'll have to see them close up. It doesn't quite. Yeah, you got both windows open. How dare you? Don't tell me you're warm. Oh, yeah, good darts, Jamie Lewis. Kind of just looks like a razor edge. Yeah, they're 32, Josh, but obviously in the barrel they're fully 38. Yeah, so the Jamie Lewis darts look pretty much like the ZX kind of dart, really. Um, that was a mad game. That was. So they've got a new Peter Wright dart. Sorry, a new dart for Jamie Lewis. Then Gian Van Veen. He's out there a little bit too sharp and bangs in a 140. I hate dart players that are good. Yeah, a bit not really for me. 140. I'd love to hit a 140 for darts that aren't for me. So Jan Van Veen dart. Okay, so towards the front you got a micro grip between the grooves. It looks a bit like a Rob Cross style dart. Do you know what? It looks like the Lee Evans darts that Mission just launched. I think. Do you know what? They look a bit like the darts referee darts that are designed. Oh, I thought you meant you were just like really warm. It was so hot, and you got two windows open. He's rubbing it in because I'm freezing. Yeah, it looks similar, Kurt. John Henderson dart out, black and gold. Be interesting to see how they go because he's not got his tour card now, has he? Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of the ones that Simon and Lee are wearing. That I like it if it's one color or two colors. I like it to be all in one. I'd like if it was white and then it transitioned down into the red dragon. Like it faded and then the red dragon was still white. I'd buy that. But Red Dragon and Winmore material of shirts is, in my opinion, the best material out of the dart shirts. I had the Pro Line shirt for a while, and they are mega comfy. Luke Humphreys dart now. Yeah, so talking about Luke now, and basically what they're saying is we try to make Luke's darts and personalise and make them different to the Whitlocks, but yeah, yeah, yeah. It's nice to hear that the brand's being honest and being like, look, we tried, it wasn't working out. He didn't like them, but he's using them now. We've got it right. That's really nice to hear that from a brand to say, look, we don't always get everything right first time. We have to work on stuff. So I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Good. I like that. That's the thing that kind of has been my bugbear watching the live stream is I just want to see the photos, see them close up. Because, for example, some of those darts earlier, they didn't even show the Amberjack Pros in the board or anything, or a close up. So I think this time around, there's just too much chat. I like it, but when I'm looking at a darts launch, I'm just like, show me the darts. But I like the chats. I like seeing them throw them, but I like it to go, right, this is our dart. Let's have a look at it. Let's throw it. Let's chat. Whereas this seems a bit less structured. International surround designs? Oh, oh dear. Ooh. You like that, do you, Johnny? Okay. I personally like this style of chat, but I prefer it to have a structure and go. This is our new dart. Let's see the lads throwing them. But the they were talking about the darts, and then they showed a video of them throwing different darts to what they were talking about. So I personally think that it would be good for them to do the structure. Whoa, a new case, a big case. Open it up. Open it up. What's that? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I agree to an extent. I just think I personally like the chats, but I think they've gone a bit mad on this one. Like, yeah, so they've got the new darts case, quite a big one, hold more darts. Then they've got a small Monza case style. New points, Raptors. Yeah, they look good. Yeah, yeah. I'm using the mission snipers as well, Conroy. I really like them. Yeah, yeah. Storm points. I like the storm points to be honest. Storm surge, I loved. I really love those. Yeah, that's what you want. You shouldn't put silver points in darts. They're basically saying that Johnny Clayton wanted a flight punch out, but Van Gerwen came along and got one out before him. So he was like, I wasn't very happy. I want one. For me, I if I'm not using like different shafts or anything like that, I will always flight punch. It's so much easier, and if you get a Robin Hood, it doesn't snap your stems as easy. Like it saves your darts from Robin Hoods, in my opinion, as in from snapping the stem off. If you haven't got a ring punched, your ring gets bent and goes all the way to the bottom. The ring's then useless. Arm sleeves. Um, maybe. I don't know, because obviously the accessories like that aren't big money spinners. As in, like with darts, you can charge more because the price of a dart will be higher overall. So I don't know. Maybe, or maybe 10p or something. Who knows? Every little helps. Oh no. So they've got Gezi on to talk about the power bands. He's like, yeah, yeah, I think it's all in my head. I'm not even sure if it works, but uh, to be fair, I love them because it's become a meme. Like, there's some guy in the chat just be like, "Get in the band." Uh, so, uh, brilliant. I love them. I think they're hilarious. So Johnny's basically just gone, "Yeah, I'll have a go, see if they work." You want to do the opposite? Oh, I've been using them for weeks, and I'm now hitting a million 180s. Ignore that accent. That was terrible. New shapes of flights, then. Right, they got a V standard, so it looks like the number two flights, but more extreme. So it's kind of like a mix between a slim flight and a standard. Yeah. Everyone in the chat of the RedDragon video is just talking about the bands. So I think it's like a kite standard hybrid. I'm gonna see if everything's on websites now because I'll be perfectly honest, I'm getting a bit bored of the video now. Let's have a look what we got. Yeah, you're right, Kurt. What I like about what they're doing on this is I don't think the players are trying to sell the darts. There's a little bit of it in there. They'll be maybe being a little bit biased, but I genuinely feel like Gezi and Johnny are giving their honest opinion on their non darts. So they're talking about what works for them and what doesn't, and I think that's really honest and good. Because like Johnny's saying here that he'll like it with the flights. He'll say why standard don't work for him. No, I like the idea of things like this. I think it's good. Lee's like, yeah, we got some flights. Yeah, the flights they've got now are real nice. Yeah, I've already got them up. I'm just waiting for the video to finish and blimey. Okay, so they've got catch you later, mate. See you on Twitter for the world. Yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah. Okay. Interesting that they get their custom flight stuff back. Ooh. If that is true, and that you can genuinely get the same quality of the flights um, that they've just shown there, I think that'll be the best custom flight process there is. Because the way they do it in these processes, they print in layers, whereas sometimes custom flights places will just print an image on the blanks. Whereas with stuff like what RedDragon are doing, they'll have different layers of stuff and yeah, yeah. The Winmore and RedDragon shirts are the best material in my opinion. Yeah, grandfather Cutler. Right, I'm going to start getting ready to show you guys the darts a bit closer up because I am Sorry, RedDragon, it's got a bit boring now. Which one am I on? This one. Let's have a look. RedDragon 2023. Let's get rid of that one now. I was going to do something slightly different. So let's have a look. I think that's it. I think that's the video done from RedDragon. Yeah. Right. Interesting. A bit long, the video, in my opinion. I think it could have been shorter and still just as useful, but let's get some of the darts up and we'll take a look at them because I think there's actually some very good stuff on there. So, first up, let's go with the going price avalanche. Price at £70 roughly. Let's have a look. A bit slow, maybe everyone's on it. Um, so, what do we think? To me, that image looks a bit green. Not gonna lie. They need to update their image because it's got obviously the cuts on there, but I quite like it. But as I said before, with the going price darts coming out, it's just the same chevron, which is kind of the iconic part of the dart, and then yeah, I don't not like it personally. I don't like the gold and the blue. I'd love to have seen gold and silver, but I just think they're running out of ideas sometimes with the Gezi dart because it just feels repetitive. Um, no, I do quite like the smooth, to be honest. I think it quite suits it, but um, yeah, it's not anything brand new we've seen. It almost feels like a step back when you think of the grip that was on it, and now there's less grip. But well, debatable because as they said in the video, smooth can be a little different. But what we got next? So then they've got the same Avalanche Pro. I think this looks a lot better than the main version. Make a dart combining different grips from the launch side. Oh dear. Yeah, that'd be a long one. um, yeah. Again, not a bad looking dart. I prefer this to the gold. I just think it looks better. But yeah, it's kind of not that different. Um, but hey, then they've got the Ionic going price in the rainbow. I like it. Again, it's not necessarily necessary, but I think with these players that get bigger, everyone's going to want to have a collection. It's how people do it. You're going to want to collect Peter Wright's darts, Phil Taylor's darts the same. People are still looking for certain sets of darts. The more darts that people have out, the more you're going to want to collect. Because Goen Price is going to be a player that goes down in history. He's going to be one of the greats that we all look back on and go, what a player he was. Um, make it sound like he's going to die or something. But next up, we've got the Peter Wright Spirits. Now, I quite like these, to be honest. Um, I actually feel like their pictures are a little different to what they look like in real life. But yeah, not a bad looking dart. I like the coatings. It baffles me how they can get all these different colour coatings in there. I think it's smart. Will he use them? Who knows? Price is, I think, like £80. Now, when I talk about value sometimes, this is a dart that looks like it should be worth more money. But yeah, I like those. I think they're okay. Then we've got the Johnny Clayton Elements. We'll have a close up on them. Again, nothing brand new, but it's definitely going to feel different. I'm personally, I've never really used the element coating, so I don't want to say it's bad because I just don't know. Is it Delta Grip? Kind of. It's hard to say without feeling them really, but to me, on the actual darts, it looks more like a proper milled cut. Um, then we've got the Johnny Clayton Oxide Edition. I like these, to be honest. I think it's actually pretty cool. I think it makes a bit of sense if you like the older darts. I know new darts out the packet can be sharp. If you like the Johnny Clayton darts, but you like them a bit worn in, great. I think that's a decent idea. Um, and what are they? £50? Not terrible. To be honest, 45, £40 to me at the minute is what I would call the average price of a dart at the moment. Obviously, you have got cheaper, you've got more expensive, but I think 40 to 50 is what most people should be looking to pay for a mainstream set of darts, especially a player's dart. I mean the new right dart. Sorry, yeah, that's what I was meaning. It doesn't quite look like the Delta grip. Um, it's not as wide, but it's a similar concept, I think. Luke Humphreys darts at £40. I think that's spot on. I think they've put that at a brilliant price. I wish they'd put um, maybe the new boxes have got him on, but I wish they'd put like the new weight loss Luke Humphreys on. But maybe they haven't had a chance to get him in to take the photos yet. But yeah, essentially your Whitlock dart. I could see what they mean about the slightly more tapered nose. It's obviously not as round. It looks a tad longer on that nose area. But yeah, great to see that Luke's using those darts. I think it's really important for a brand to have a player using that dart on the TV and stuff. And at a decent price, to be honest with you. I think that's good. Let's have a look then. Jamie Lewis, again. See, that's a good price as well. Let's have a closer look. Not too dissimilar from what he was using before. The grip looks a bit more deep, a bit more aggressive. Um, yeah. Again, why is there's a bug flying around? Um, I quite like them. They look a little longer. I don't know what the dimensions on those are, but Jamie Lewis have always been a pretty solid dart. 6.9. Ooh, they're very thick. 6.9 by 50.8. I don't remember the originals being that thick. But I think that's probably because if Jamie's wanted to have the deeper grip, you have to make that weight back up. I think his original darts grip wasn't that deep. So obviously when you cut deeper, you lose weight, you got to get it back somewhere. And that's usually in the width. Or they could have gone up to 95% tungsten. But again, 42.90 for a black coated dart that's been recut and painted. I think that's pretty decent price, to be honest. Um, that's not bad at all. Let's have a look on the next one. We're going back if it loads. What are we thinking, guys? What's your favourite so far? What is your standout product so far? Well, maybe we haven't seen them all yet because it wasn't very clear in the video, to be honest with you. The John Henderson darts. Oh, the crossfires are looking my favourite at the moment. Let's go into the Hendo. £60. It'll be interesting to see what's going on in the barrel there. Yeah, a nice looking barrel. Um, I, when you look, I know it's got the gold in as well, but when you look at the Jamie Lewis barrel versus the John Henderson barrel, and there's virtually almost 20 quid difference, I would rather buy the Jamie Lewis. I know it depends on what you like to throw, but for me, in terms of the grip of the barrel, there's not much going in it. Oh, I like those flights though, they're pretty cool. So when I look at the John Henderson barrels versus the Jamie Lewis barrels, they look a lot more value for money. 42 versus 60. It looks like such a better value for money barrel because there's not really much going on grip wise in the Hendos, but nevertheless, still quite a nice barrel. I just think it's a bit simple for the price. Now these look awesome. Let's take a closer look at these. Crossfire. These look good. Yeah, pretty. They remind me of the Aurora darts. I think it's a very similar concept. But yeah, it kind of it's going to be quite grippy. I think the width between the grooves are quite wide. It's kind of almost like a javelin style dart, and then they've got those cuts in the middle. I think it's going to feel fairly similar to the javelins in terms of the grip, maybe a little bit less wide. But yeah, I like that crossfire, and they've always had those crossfire stems as well, so it's good to see. But yeah, quite like that barrel. I think that's one of my favourites on the launch so far. And we'll come back down. The Artura. Shocking pink and screaming green. Let's go for the green. We'll have a look at the green. Oh, my back hurts. I'm getting old. Eee. Screaming green. I like it. I like the name. I'm sure there was another dart that had this grip on. I can't think of the life of me what it was. I know it was another RedDragon dart. I don't know if it was the Calibra or something. I know there was another dart that had it on. Yeah, it's a nice barrel. It's a nice barrel. I personally, I'd like to see the grip. I'd like to see the logo. Well, I don't know. I just feel like I'd love to see the rings at the back close in the grip at the back. So you'd have rings, then those teardrops, then more rings, and then a logo. I'd kind of swap the logo to the next few green rings, so you close in that back area. Maybe that's just me being a bit design OCD, but I quite like it. I think it's a nice shape. I wonder how grippy that rear section will be. I don't think it's going to add too much, but yeah, a decent barrel. I love the colours. I love the colours of these darts. Um, and with what's on there, again, they are cheaper than the Hendos. They're cheaper than the John Hendos darts, but there's look like there's more gone into them, in my opinion, in the machining. Maybe the coating adds to the price. I don't want to be too critical, but for me, these look like better value for money than the Hendos, for example. Let's go next page. I quite like those. I like that rear grip style. I just wonder how grippy it's going to be. Right, got them in the soft tip as well. So now they've got the Amberjack Pros. Now the Amberjacks were a really popular set of darts, and £30 Meteor grip. I think maybe. Oh, do you know what, Tony? I think that's where I've seen them on your page. I think that's where I remember seeing a set of barrels with that on. Thinking about it now. Yeah, I think that may be where I've seen them. Cause I can't think of the RedDragon dart off the top of my head that I've seen that on before, but I know I'm sure you did a dart with that on. I remember seeing it. So these are the Amberjack Pros. Again, that kind of reminds me of the Phantom darts, and then with a slightly different back. 30 quid with a black coated dart with some colour in. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Simple. Oh, God, on my back. Oh, I need to put a pillow behind me next time. Um, a bit. Maybe everyone's on the RedDragon website. It's been very slow. And then we'll have a look. I'll tell you what. Why don't I just load it up in a separate tab? It's probably the easiest thing. It's got that. and I did it in both. Of course I did. Um, so yeah, now you've got this shape here. Again, very similar grip, just a different shape. I like the colours of it. I think the black and the orange works quite well. I don't know if they needed that silver cut, but it looks okay. It kind of reminds me of the Scott Waite starts a little bit. Um, so they've got the 1 and the 2. Now these look pretty cool. The Razor Edge Elite. It looks like they've just doubled up on the Razor. It's kind of like two small razors to make it one big one. I've done it again, haven't I? Just clicked on it. See, that's cool. I like that. That looks smart. What do you think, guys? It's hard to tell close up. Yeah, I like these. So what they've done is in between the razor grip, they've added a square cut. That looks really smart. I think this might be my favourite. That's real smart. I don't think I'll be able to throw them. I think they'd be too grippy, but yeah, they've got those square cuts in between, and then they've added the square cut on the angle. I thought it was like a flat section, but they've just basically put a square cut in there as well. I like that. I think it looks really smart. Decent, decent. And then let's have a look. So I realise I've just got a load of emails. Um, let's go back now. Yeah, big fan of that. Right, and then Razor Edge Elite, and I think we're almost there now with the darts. Yeah, decent, decent on those Razor Edge Elites. I like that. Different. Um, so I should reply to that. Oh yeah, and then we've got the Slipstream, and then obviously we've got. I think that's it after that. So let's have a look at the Slipstream first. So this is definitely something that Andy Hamilton would throw. Um, you've got that rear edge at the back. I'm trying to think what is similar like. I'm sure Unicorn did a similar dart a while back. Maybe it was like one of those, not a global player. I can't remember what it was like. Maybe Connor Scott's old darts was fairly similar. I can't remember. But yeah, it's okay. Black dart, a bit of milled cuts at the back. I like that rear sort of shape. Yeah, solid. Nothing necessarily too mental. Again, I like it when they close in the grips with a grip either side. For me, visually, that looks just cool. £60. Yeah, a little bit of a harder sell at £60, but still, nevertheless, quite a nice dart. And then we've got the Javelin Spectron. So essentially, I think it's a very similar dart. Do you know what? I actually thought it would be more expensive than the original, but it's not too dissimilar. I know the originals are cheaper, but 25 quid, I believe, if I just read that right. Similar to the old dart, just in rainbow. Not too much of a price jump. I think that's a decent little deal, that. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Let me know what you think was your favourite. I'm going to go to the other pages. I think now it's just going to be like Yeah. Now you got the surrounds and stuff. The Monza butterfly case. I could see why Gezi said he might not wear that one out. You wear a darts case. Maybe that's the future. The Firestone case. Collection cards. That's cool. Yeah, I like it when they do those multi packs of flights and stuff. I think that's decent. Onyx shaft. Yeah, yeah. Cool. They're smart. And then the Grande case. They look very rock climbery, very sturdy. So it can hold one, two, three, four sets of darts in it. And I like that these middle bits come out. I think that's pretty cool. Don't ask me why it needs to come out, but I guess it's easier to. Obviously, when you open your case up, that bit's always flapping down and you have to hold it up. If it's out of the way, I think that's a pretty cool idea. But yeah, no, I like that. Hopefully, it's deep enough. That's my only gripe I get with darts cases. They've got to be deep because I hate crushing my own flights. I really like these collection cards. I think that's really smart. Um, Shame they didn't show those. Maybe I missed them from before, but I think that's a real cool thing. It looks smart. Hello, Aaron, mate. You good? Oh, um, oh, I'm just checking I've not missed anything. Oh, and then they've obviously got those new Raptor points. So I believe the original Raptor points had that big sort of arrowheady hooks type thing. So yeah, I think those points are nice. And then you've got the new sort of shape flights that they had up. But yeah, and then the points are smart. I like them. I like the shape. I think they're cool. Yeah, you can't go too wrong there. Nice. Beautiful. There you have it, guys. I think that's about it. Let me know what your favourite has been because quite a lot. For me, I think I like the Crossfires. It's a shame on the launch video they didn't do a bit more on the dart side. I know it was nice to hear him chat, but personally, I think it's good to have an order and go. This is this dart. You guys threw these. What did you think? Have a little chat, move on. But I like those informal chats. I just think sometimes it went on a bit, but keep it up, RedDragon, because that's a good format to have. Just I think it needs tweaking a little bit to be a bit more flowy. But yeah, there you go, fellas and ladies. If there's any ladies in, there you have it. That is the RedDragon launch. Let me know what you think. I think this launch was pretty good. Again, once we sort of got past the special edition player darts, I think RedDragon Winmore are very trigger happy with that at the moment. But oh, no Gian darts on RedDragon. Yeah, good point. Thanks for the stream, Jack. I really enjoyed hearing your insight on the products. Thanks. Yeah, I like to think I can add a little bit to it. I know, obviously, with my experience in doing obviously the design and stuff, hopefully I can add a bit more insight onto things like manufacturing. And so I appreciate your guys' feedback. I do enjoy doing it. I think it's what makes me, as I said earlier, a bit different. So yeah, there you go, guys. For me, I think the launch is probably like a 8 hour, 8 hour, 8 out of 10. I think they had some good stuff. Nothing to sort of blow you away as such, but I think they had some decent bits. Maybe a bit heavy on the SE stuff with Winmore and RedDragon at the moment, and they're not too dissimilar. Um, I think they're definitely got a lot of Gezi stuff now. I think if they do more, they should do something a bit different. I'd like to see maybe some cuts up the barrel in between the triangles of the chevrons. So like where the chevron points are, make a straight cut going all the way through. But yeah, I don't think it was an awful launch. Um, but yeah, it was pretty solid. 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I'm going to give it. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. As always, you can always message me. I'll do my best to reply. I'm pretty busy at the moment, but drop me a message if you've got any questions. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to grab some lunch, and I'll catch you soon.